Nobody has understood exactly what all has happened. And everybody has tried to explain the situation in their own fashion. And so much has come that if I read all the news, then I also will get confused at what exactly has happened.
Imagine you were born in a middle-class family, and by the time you were in your 30s, you had so much money you can't even count. People start calling you the big bull of the stock market. Whichever stock you chose started to fly like a rocket.
That's a great situation.
Does it bring chills down your spine? Well, this is just a glimpse of the life of a man called Harshad Mehta, the big bull of stock market, or as some like to call, the mastermind behind stock market scam of 1992. The scam was so big that if accounted today, it would be more than 24,000 crores, more than any of the recent infamous bank scams. Harshad Shantilal Mehta was born on 29 July 1954 in Rajkot district of Gujarat. His childhood was spent in Mumbai, where he completed his education. After graduating, Harshad did a lot of small jobs in many places for 8 years.
I can say that I had the opportunity to have exposure in my life of ups and downs of various different business, going through the different cycles. I don't think any MBAs or any business person gets this kind of exposure like what all I have got, and I had got the practical exposure.
After having a good knowledge of the stock market, in 1984, Harshad Mehta started his own company named Grow More Research and Asset Management and got a broker membership in the Bombay Stock Exchange. After this, Harshad did not look back and became the emperor of the stock market, and seeing his achievements, people started calling him Amitabh Bachchan and Big Bull of the stock market. He owned 9 apartments in the Madhuli Housing Cooperative Society and merged them to accommodate his joint family. Harshad was also fond of luxury cars and had a fleet of imported cars including Toyota Lexus, which even the rich in Mumbai could not easily buy. You must be wondering, how did an ordinary man go from an employee in a brokerage firm to owning a fortune? To understand the scam, you need to know little about ready forward deals and bank receipts. But before proceeding, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Also like this video and give us a comment down below sharing your feedback. Ready Forward Deal, or RFD, was a deal between 2 banks where one bank approached a broker to sell its securities to another bank for money and vice versa. When one bank sells securities, it issues a bank receipt or BR to confirm the sale. In RFD, the banks had to issue checks in the name of another bank and not an individual, but this didn't happen in the case of Harshad Mehta since he was a very reputed broker and banks issued checks directly to him. He used to ask for some time to go to another bank and get money against securities and vice versa. During this time, since checks were in his name, he invested all the bank's money in the stock market. When a bank wanted money for their securities, Harshad went to another bank, took money from them and gave it to the first bank. He repeated this process and it almost became a whole chain. He started using fake bank receipts to get unsecured loans from banks. Harshad realized the flaw in Indian finance or banking systems and used them as his tool. He used small banks to do this, 2 of them being the Bank of Karad and the Metropolitan Cooperative Bank. Since the banks were not big enough, he could also hold the BRs for a longer period of time. He injected so much money into stock markets using RFD and BR flaws that once he took ACC share price from just Rs 200 to 9,000, an increment of 4,400% within a short span of time. This scam was busted by a journalist named Suchita Dalal, and the moment Harshad Mehta's stock market scam came out in public domain, the share market saw the biggest drop in history. It shook the banking systems in India, and after a lot of investigation, it was found that it also involved several bank officials and people with authorities. After the outbreak of news on fake bank receipts, Vijaya Bank chairman committed suicide. It also led to resignation of P. Chidambaram, and after getting bail, Harshad even accused former Prime Minister Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao of accepting a bribe of over 1 crore from him in a conference. Congress party denied any allegations against Mr. Narasimha Rao, and CBI also didn't find any solid evidence. Several people at that time lost their money in the share market. Once God for all the investors, Harshad's scam proved him to be a curse for a lot of them.
It's too much of a swing from top to the bottom, again bringing it back, and I won't say that I am hero. Let me be what I am, and I am proud of what I am, that's all.
He was charged with 72 criminal offences. He was taken into custody for 3 months and then released on bail.
My experience at CBI was very tough. In the history of CBI itself, I don't think anybody has undergone so much of so lengthy interrogations. 65-70 people interrogating at different times with different influences, different methods, different style. Everybody has their own style, and they claim that yes, everybody is capable of bringing out the information. Like there was a competition going on there, who gets the information first. You can imagine, and I was on the other side of it. The approach was more to build up a mental pressure, but that itself is terrible. Mental pressure, how can you stand that?
He was barred from any trading in the share market, and the income tax department claimed that he owed them over 11,000 crores.
Income tax slapping a huge, ridiculous amount of 10,000 crore and odd as income tax. Good that will help me to be getting one of a noted person in Guinness Book of Record, having the highest tax liability on.
After a lot of investigations, he was later sentenced for 5 years imprisonment by the High Court in 1999 and sent to Thane jail. On the night of 31st December 2001, he reported chest pain and was immediately taken to the hospital, where he died at the age of 47. Some people still believe that Harshad Mehta did not really commit a crime, but only utilized the loopholes that were already present in the system. Some say that Harshad was not the only one, but several other investors too might have a part of this. But since his name came into limelight, they all blew the whistle on him by having a journalist expose him.
How things are being discriminated against me. First of all, the big gap is that this whole scam, or whatever you call irregularities, has been not committed by any one person or any one group of persons. It is the whole business. Lately it came out that yes, it has been the system of the market, and 80% of the trading volume has been going beyond RBI regulations. And to the surprise, even now the confession is there from the RBI that they were aware of it since last more than a year.
There is a movie coming on his life story, namely Big Bull, in which his role will be played by Abhishek Bachchan. A web series is also being made on him, which might release very soon in coming weeks. Once a king of the stock market, later became a lesson to what loopholes in the system can lead to. Thank you for watching till the end. Please consider subscribing our channel and hit the bell icon.